the world of Cannonball on the internet is highly misunderstood, and I think it's pretty funny, actually. Before 2019, there was only 2 people that had broken the record in 30 years. One of them was Alex Roy with Dave Maher, and the other one was Ed Bolian with Dave Black. So anytime a record got broken, it was big news. It was a big deal. Arnie and I broke the record in 2019, and it was big news, and it was a big deal. It had stood for 6 years, and we crushed it by about an hour and a half. It was a lifelong goal, I think, for both of us. It was a major accomplishment. It was something to celebrate. We didn't do it for the notoriety, but international news took notice of it, and it was, I guess, exciting to see the affirmation from that side of things. And it was very clear that we were the record holders. That was understood. And that was nice. And then COVID happened, and it just kind of blew the floodgates open for people attempting records and claiming records and claiming all sorts of other records. Not that there's anything, less important about a solo record or a pickup truck record or a nonstop record or a diesel record or any of those things. Those are all personal goals and personal accomplishments, and I guess we'd say it's like a class, right? If you're racing Le Mans, you have the LMP class, the GT1, GT2, GT3, and if you win your class, that is impressive and an incredible accomplishment, but it's still about winning overall. But anyway, so everybody's kind of made up their own classes and claimed their own class wins, but in that and in the mess of COVID, with everybody setting new records, it kind of muddied the waters such that nobody knew who held the record anymore or what it was or what even Cannonball was. They just knew that it was all over the news. And I've gotten a lot of entertainment from both reading Reddit and some other sources with semi-informed people waxing eloquent or trying to share their expertise on Cannonball. And recently this guy, Drew Durnall, I don't know, he's apparently a big deal on the social medias, but he posted this TikTok video which was dissecting this history of Cannonball records from like the 19-teens to present with motorcycles, cars, and EVs. And he was absolutely clueless. It was the dumbest friggin' most uninformed commentary ever. He had done zero research about Cannonball, and all he did was ask a bunch of stupid questions that would have been answered if he had done 8 minutes of research. But the funny thing about it was the comments. The comments were freaking hilarious. I'm just going to read through a few of them for you, Arnie.
All right. Well, I have not heard about this.
This is good.
There was a graph posted.
Yeah, there's a graph posted. You've seen the graph, right? Well, no, he didn't have a graph. Somebody else made a graph. It was actually really cool that showed like the curve of the Cannonball times from Erwin Cannonball Baker's time and like the motorcycle versus car time versus electric cars and just how that has compressed over time.
Oh, okay. I think you or Ed sent me that.
And then there's a
but
wall.
I haven't seen the actual video.
Right. Yeah.
Or read commentary.
Oh, and this video is he was just spewing garbage the whole time. It was so stupid. So Ethan told me to film a TikTok response video. I didn't know that was a thing you could do, but that's
I don't know.
I'm approaching boomer status, so if he shows me how to do it, I'll do it. So I'm just going to call him out. Anyway, so here's some of the comments. They're great. They were able to do it in 22 hours during COVID when no one was on the roads, really.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Because of COVID, they were able to leave Manhattan in 5 minutes instead of an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently it takes an hour to get out of Manhattan. This is the good one. This is, if any of you remember Alex Roy's not scam, but his like April Fool's Cannonball article from, I don't know, 8 years ago, you'll get this reference. With a car, you have alternating drivers and 2 steering wheels, brakes and accelerator pedals, and a larger fuel tank for less stops. The record was an Audi A6 that averaged 115 miles an hour in less than 30 minutes for fuel stops. Close. The 2020 run was Ed Boleyn. His run has basically disregarded since he did it during COVID. Hold on. We're getting really close here. The record is held by a Mercedes AMG that ran it in 27 hours and 25 minutes.
Okay.
Their names are Ed Boleyn and Dave Black.
Okay.
Motorcycles have small tanks. The current record holder did it in a GMC 1500 with a 250-gallon fuel cell.
What?
Apparently Steve Brown has the record. He actually made it through the first stretch on New York in 14 minutes as compared to 1 to 2 hours.
All right.
For 22 hours, I'm guessing the average speed was 120 mph.
That's some pretty easy math.
No, this calculator will tell you that. That 20-hour run was Ed from VinWiki. I wonder if Ed knows he went this fast. Pretty sure the first diesel bus broke all the records because he didn't stop to refuel.
Oh, man. So many experts.
Cannonball runs are fun. Once met a guy who attempted to run averaging 180 mph. He eventually got arrested and bailed out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I know. I think a lot of people have big fish stories. I'd like to meet this guy averaging 180. Guy did it in a Mercedes AMG and averaged like 140 mph for almost a full day. Average. All right. This is getting closer to the reality. But this actually shows how good your disguise was, Arnie. The most recent one was in a used police interceptor.
All right. I fooled that guy.
You fooled that guy. Oh, man. This guy starts out good, but the record is 25 hours and some change. The one from California to New York to California is just set by a Saab at 32-ish hours.
Holy cow, they were flying.
The math is so bad. 32
That's
hours
impressive.
out and back.
I'm happy to be in this article. Was not expecting that.
A guy I'm related to broke the record by filling the trunk with batteries to be able to compete with gas vehicles. Anyone heard of that one?
Oh, man, my head hurts.
Gas Monkey Garage. Richard put a massive fuel tank in a car so he didn't have to stop.
Oh, wow.
So what I've learned from reading these comments is nobody knows anymore who holds the record, what the record is, what car it was. There's so much confusion given all the different runs that have happened, and it's Ed Boleyn and Fred Ashmore in a Ferrari 550 Maranello with spotter planes, and they did it in 22 hours. Like it takes away from. It's kind of like going to a gas station. Somebody asks, like, how much did that car cost? And it doesn't matter what number you say, they're going to go, whoa. And the Cannonball time is like that now. Like, nobody can actually comprehend math. And the fact that it's 2,800 miles and how arduous it is to be able to average, I mean, just to go less than 30 hours. So if I told somebody I did it in 17 hours, they'd be like, whoa, that's pretty cool. If I said 28 hours, whoa, that's pretty cool. Like, there's no frame of reference anymore. And to me, that was the biggest thing that COVID and all the smattering of runs kind of took away from that, was the mystique of Cannonball and the awe that was there.
It definitely ruined it.
For a record. So talk to me about that, and talk to me about, so in 2019, we did 27 hours and 25 minutes in your E63. And it had taken 6 years to beat. There was multiple attempts at Ed's record. And then in 2020, during COVID, the 27-25 time was beaten 4 times, I guess.
And might have been even more than that.
And we went out and did it in 25 hours and 39 minutes, which is a faster time and is the record. But talk to me about the difference to you between 2725 pre-COVID, we'll say, and the second run, 2539 post-COVID?
Well, 2725 definitely means way more to me. I've said that over and over again because that was like achieving something that I guess nobody thought was possible. So a lot of people didn't think that 2850 was beatable. I think we were probably the first people to figure it out when we did the test run, the Southern Trail record on Christmas of 2018, and we were able to average basically Ed's average with getting pulled over 3 times.
Right. And massive fueling issues and traffic
we had
weather.
So many,
everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we had so many issues on that run. It was pretty clear that, the car was definitely a lot better than Ed's. I don't know. 2539, it was, obviously it's the record, but the Mercedes is such a better car than the S6. I kind of felt cheated because if we would have been in the Mercedes, I think if we would have been out on April 4th, the night the Mercedes got hit, I think we could have done sub 24 hours.
Yeah.
That was the magic weekend.
But it still wouldn't have meant as much.
No, you're right.
And why is that?
Well, it I don't know. It felt too easy. At the time, we didn't really understand what COVID really was. It almost felt like dirty doing it at that time because, is the world ending? I pretty much knew that it wasn't, but, I mean, that was not the widespread feeling about it.
Sure.
I don't know. I think the magic happened on 2725, that was such huge news. Now it's just record after record and attempt after attempt. It's just, we've entered this cycle where too many people know about it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's
been diluted.
Yes. Oh, it's been severely diluted.
Yeah.
And
people
you're
are
right. Trying to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
They'll be a
like
nobody
Mark
and then, hey, I just did this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
like
thanks.
You walked right into that one, Mark.
C to C, I broke my own record.
So in a way, that's cool that people are like going out there and I tell a lot of people when I meet them at car shows and stuff, they're like, oh well, tell me about it. Should I do it? I'm like, absolutely. As a car guy, it's the ultimate bucket list thing to do. Like, you don't have to do it at a breakneck speed or just go out and do it. A lot of people, I don't break the record. It's just like, just go out and do it.
Right.
Like that's where you need to start.
Right. The people that have the highest aspirations are usually the ones that are the least prepared. I want to go and break the record. Do you have a car? No. Do you have a team? No. Do you have a plan? No. And the people that go out and do it and do low 30 hours don't make a huge deal about it. They just go and do it.
Yeah, I think it's like the ultimate thing to do in a car.
Yeah.
Like that Taurus team. Nobody knew who they were. They just went out and did it.
I don't even know what team you're talking
It was
about.
like 3120 or something that just happened the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the SHO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And they just went out and did it because they wanted to do it.
Right.
No one knew about it, and
Yeah,
that's
and they put down a
respectable.
really impressive time. Yeah. It was faster than your coast to coast to coast time at 32 hours.
Wow. Thanks.